Hey guys, my name is Izzy Shakfa and I am a Forex market analyst over at DynamicFx Trade Network. So Bitcoin is starting to get a lot of attention in the markets. Bitcoin sure looks like a bubble. For one thing, there is that chart. And for another, there's the following Investopedia definition that a bubble is an economic cycle characterized by a rapid escalation of asset prices followed by a contraction. It is created by a single surge in asset prices unwarranted by the fundamentals of the asset and driven by exuberant market behavior. Have you guys heard of tulip mania and what tulip mania actually was? Okay, so in Europe, a price of a tulip, a single tulip, a tulip bulb was going for a glass of milk. This was in 1634, and all of a sudden it became a fad and everybody started to love it. You can buy a single bulb of tulips for the price of a house, or 10,000 pounds of cheese or something like that. Here's a chart depicting exactly what tulip mania looked like back then. Is it just me, or does it look awfully similar to the Bitcoin chart? So I know there's this unsettling reality that this particular asset has no fundamentals, no stream of income or collection of assets attached to the ownership of a Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it has literally no intrinsic value. Every single time I say this, Bitcoin fanatics go berserk. So what's gonna happen as soon as Bitcoin's all mined out? Do you not think that investors might think for a second that, yeah, you know what, it might be a little bit overvalued for nothing pretty much, or for the lack of value that it carries, and then the sell-off starts to begin? I think a chain reaction is gonna happen and it's gonna hit the ground real hard. Bitcoin is a currency commodity. All the money is defined by two things. One, it has to carry a store of value. And the second, it has to be widely accepted as a medium of exchange. You get that? All right. I understand that people all around the world accept it as like a medium of exchange, widely all across the world on all boards and all industries. But it's that store of value part that just doesn't sit well with me at all. Let me give you a rundown of how Forex actually works, okay? You have country A and country B. If country A wants to buy any goods and services from country B, they have to accept and change their money into the local currency that country B has. This currency here is now highly demanded, and that's why the exchange rate is constantly moving around the world, is because there's a massive supply and demand always changing from country 1 to country 2. Now, the currency itself is being backed up by an economy. With something like Bitcoin, it's hard to kind of support that because there's no intrinsic value behind it. There's no gold standard, which again, the US dollar doesn't also have, but there's an economy, there's a GDP behind the US dollar. The Bitcoin, it's only that limited supply that's out there that's really driving and hiking that price up to $20,000 for a Bitcoin. Bank of America Merrill Lynch currency strategist David Wu, he tried to identify the fair value of the cryptocurrencies, both by trying to identify the store value and that medium of exchange. So he speculated at that time that Bitcoin had the potential to be a store of value equal to and similar to silver. As of Monday, Bitcoin's market value had hit the top of $275 billion. To put things into scale, Bitcoin's transactions over the past year added up to less than 0.1% of total e-commerce transactions in the world. And as it looks like it, all of the majority of Bitcoin transactions are used just to buy and sell Bitcoin in speculation market, and not used to go buy your local slice of pizza. So why do people really believe in this product? Why do people believe in this currency, all of cryptocurrencies? It's because of the potential of store of value that it carries. It drives up the price in the market. If you ask me personally, I think that it is overvalued. I think it's going to keep rising though for the next year, 2 years, 3 years maximum. What's going to happen is at that point, investors are going to see it as too high of a price for one single Bitcoin. And as soon as the sell-off starts to begin, everything will come crashing down, in my opinion. This is not to say that you should stop buying and selling Bitcoin intraday trading. You have 2 to 3 years to play, make a lot of money, ride the wave while it's still here, boys and girls. Merrill Lynch declared in October report that it is throwing in the towel in trying to value-weight cryptocurrencies. It might be impossible to assess now at this point. It just way too inflated, way too volatile. It fluctuates way too fast for anybody to really put some serious value to it. So ladies and gentlemen, my conclusion on Bitcoin is that we do have some time to play with this commodity, this asset right here. So go ahead and trade it intraday all the time. I do recommend a very conservative stop loss. But there is a lot of upside. I do think that by January, February, it will literally hit over $25,000 for a single price of the price of a single Bitcoin. So go ahead and do whatever you want to do. As a matter of fact, what we're doing at DynamicFx Trade Network is if you join the network, we are sending out signals for 3 cryptocurrencies, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin, as to when to buy it and when to sell it. We are throwing these commodities into the mix of our algorithm, and it will spit out some buy and sell signals. If you want more information on how to start doing that and what brokers you can use for Bitcoin, you can always reach me directly on my messaging. And my number is all over the website, so go for it. DynamicFx.ca. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll catch you next time.